And let me start off by saying it doesn't matter because we don't know the budget. It doesn't matter because we don't know the sales. But it is a news story. It's from Screen Rant. All the links of the news stories that we do today are in the description down below if you want to read the article yourself. Okay. So Avowed has reached 5.9 million players since launch, outperforming one of Xbox's hit first-party titles. Now, it doesn't matter, like we said yesterday, right? If the game is having issues or problems, because at the end of the day, the companies are just putting their game out there, they're making money, and if they make the money they want to make, well, then that's solid for them. If they're not hitting those numbers, then it's underperforms or below expectations. We don't know where Microsoft's expectations are. We don't know what their budget was. There's rumors of below 100 to about 120 million dollars for what Avowed is or was to make Avowed. Okay. So if you guys like what we do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. We just cover news stories, have conversations, give you my thoughts and opinions, and then I get your thoughts and opinions inside the chat itself. All right. So Avowed has reached 5.9 million players since launch, outperforming one of Xbox's hit first-party titles. Avowed, the latest RPG from Obsidian Entertainment, has taken the game world by storm. I don't know if it's taken it by storm, right? Here's where the breakdown happens, right? Because you have the people that say they like the game, and you have the people that don't like the game, and you have the articles that are written that say it's very successful, but you have the people looking at the Steam charts and saying that it's not very successful because they're comparing it to, Dragon Age, or they're comparing it to other ones, right? We always show you the Steam chart numbers, right? The Steam chart numbers don't look very good, right? The articles tell you that this is a hit, but you give it the smell test, right? You give it the visual test. You look at it and go, this doesn't seem like it's a hit. Now, those are our viewpoints, our opinions. We don't know what the actual hit or miss is until they come out and say, hey, we made a sequel. Hey, we're doing DLC to it, because that means it's done something to put more money into it where they made their money back. Okay. Again, it's a first-party title. It's on Game Pass, meaning they're not going to be making the sales that they would if they put it on all consoles. So it says it has reached 5.9 million players in the first month. The milestone places it ahead of one of Xbox's previously well-received first-party titles. Now, here's another thing. When they say well-received, Indiana Jones, I thought, was a fantastic game, by the way. Okay. It wasn't getting loved, right? It wasn't getting praised by all these other people. They're like, oh, well, it got played by 4 million people. We don't know how many it sold. We don't know anything about it. Okay. We do know it's coming to PlayStation down the road. They haven't announced when it's actually coming out yet. Okay. But it's garnered only 4 million players for the same time frame. So in the first 3 weeks, first month, whatever it is, first month. Okay. So in the same time frame, Obsidian is more popular than Indiana Jones, and Indiana Jones was successful for them. So, again, arbitrary number. We don't know what's successful or not. They tell us it's successful. Take it with a grain of salt, whatever you feel like, whatever side you're on. Okay? The numbers highlight Avowed's strong traction, making one of Xbox's biggest recent successes. Okay? According to the PK Insight Mind Game, data estimations show that nearly 5.9 million players have taken on the world of within Avowed since it launched. While these are just estimations, they do give a good idea of just how well Avowed is doing, and even if the negative reviews and hot takes running rampant. Yeah, I don't. From a basic standpoint, right? A basic standpoint. If you tell me I sold 5 million copies, you'd be like, that's good, right? But because it's on Game Pass and they just tell you there's 5.9 million players, how many sales are those? How many people pre-ordered it ahead of time? Is it 2 or 3 million people that played it and only 3 million afterwards got it on Game Pass? This means absolutely nothing unless they know what the actual sales are, at least if they're going to share those. Okay, it says Avowed is gaining massive traction, reaching milestones and surpassing Indiana Jones. Again, you look at Monster Hunter. That's massive traction. Palworld, massive traction. Black Myth Wukong, massive traction. You can feel, right? You see it. You hear it. People that you know are talking about it. Are you feeling that? Or did you feel that with Indiana Jones? Did you feel that with Avowed? Did you feel that with Concord? Right? This is what I don't understand about what the media writes and what we actually know or hear Okay, that right. Elden had massive traction, right? Like Monster Hunter, these types of games, you can feel the massive traction. This is not massive traction. But then again, maybe looking at it from a Obsidian point of view, it's a smaller studio. They make smaller type of games. 6 million maybe is massive traction for them, but it doesn't feel. You know what I mean? Public perception doesn't feel like Avowed is a massive audience attraction. Okay, interestingly, it says Indiana Jones secured a higher Metacritic score at 86 compared to Avowed's 81. Its player count remains significantly lower. Avowed's broad appeal as an action RPG combined with the availability on multiple platforms has likely contributed to the superior player numbers. Again, I'm not really feeling the numbers here. Okay, with Xbox Game Pass making it accessible to millions of strong word-of-mouth recommendations, it's clear why Avowed has surged ahead of popularity. It's like my left hand doesn't know what my right hand's doing. Do you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? I'm like a broken record here. It doesn't feel, everything that they're saying in this article doesn't feel like what's happening when you tell me Power World is doing well. I'm like, yeah, Power World is doing well. Right? Oh, Monster Hunter? Oh yeah, it's doing well. Right? Even though it's getting optimizations, it's shit right now for Monster Hunter, it's doing well, right? You're not feeling the same about Avowed. But anyway, let's continue. Fans have praised the immersive storytelling and player choice-driven gameplay, solidifying is a standalone title in the genre. Even with Avowed being on Xbox Game Pass, Steam sales are skyrocketing. Steam sales are skyrocketing. I gotta look it up. Now, I understand this is players, not sales. Okay. Owner estimation. 241,000. Do you see what I'm saying? Even if you take that out, though, Ray, about people attacking it for grifters or whatnot, right? I like Avowed. I'm playing Avowed. We're 35 hours into Avowed. Okay? I'm enjoying myself with it. But what the article's saying, right? Skyrocketing sales. Sales are skyrocketing. Monster Hunter sales are skyrocketing. Okay? Avowed sales are not skyrocketing. Okay? Despite being available on Xbox Game Pass, Avowed has managed to dominate Steam top seller charts. The game reached concurrent player peak of nearly 20,000 at Steam, demonstrating the strong appeal beyond the just subscription-based gaming. In contrast, Indiana Jones' peak concurrent player count at Steam was significantly lower at 12,000. And this suggests that the Indiana Jones had a strong critical reception. Avowed has managed to pull in a wider player base. Additionally, Avowed's ability to perform well on Steam despite the availability on Game Pass is a testament to its replay value and compelling content. Many players are choosing to purchase the game outright, indicating strong consumer confidence in the Obsidian ability to deliver rich. That's probably the first thing that they probably said that you can see it truthfully, okay? Because they said 5.9 million people are playing it. We do know there's about 1.5 million to 2 million people that bought it early, okay? So you could say a majority, technically it's less than majority, but it's a close run because we don't know the exact sales, but we do know a lot of people got the game in pre-order or played it early, so they paid the early access of it, right? So that right there, where it says many players choose to purchase the game outright. A bigger percentage definitely bought it than they're playing it on Game Pass, okay? So it says, furthermore, Avowed's director has confirmed that the game has sold in line with expectations. Now, that's a key thing there as well, right? Again, if the budget of the game was less than $100 million or just above $100 million, it only needs to sell, if your budget's between, let's say, 75, 100, 125 mil, right? Then you only need to sell about 2 million copies or 3 million copies, which they probably did just off the pre-sales. And the pre-sales, okay, the pre-sales are even more money on top of the $70 price tag, right? It was like $100 for 5-day early access or whatever it was. So that $100, the extra $25 they got, or $25 or $30 they got from each of those pre-sales or the pre 5-day pre gameplay, early access, whatever it was, they made the difference of the people that every person that pre-ordered it, that's an extra copy basically sold because it's $30 here, $30 there, $60 is close enough to get another copy sold, right? So them saying it's sold in line with expectations, and if their expectations were we only want to sell about 2 million to 2.5 million copies, well, then this would be very successful. It's just not the public perception of this game being successful and skyrocketing as they're using these numbers, right? So leading to the discussion about potential sequels and DLC with the game's early success, it's clear that Obsidian is looking to establish Avowed as a long-term franchise, giving RPG fans even more to look forward to in the future. With the growing player base and the strong critical reception, Avowed is shaping up to be one of the Obsidian's most successful titles. As more updates and expansions are likely on the horizon, the game's future looks incredibly promising for both the developers and RPG community. So, again, public persona is that you look at this and it doesn't seem like it's doing everything that they're saying it's doing. Okay, you look at the Steam charts, you hear the buzz, the articles, right? There's not a lot going on about Avowed. But if you say that to another game, if you say it about Power World, Helldivers, Black Myth Wukong, Baldur's Gate 3, I'm just naming games. When you hear that they're actually doing very well, you know they're doing very well because the community is talking about it. People are playing it. People are talking about it. Right? Articles are being written about it, right? So it's very strange to see how the stuff is going to be. Again, it doesn't really matter as the player, I should say. Be perceived by the player base. The community, if you're playing the game and you like the game, then play the game, enjoy the game, right? The sales numbers don't really matter to you. But because there are articles written saying that it's successful and the skyrocketing sales and the skyrocketing numbers, but then you look at the charts that we have, what are they looking at that we can't see, right? What are these articles getting their hands on to look at? They're looking at public information, and the public information that they're showing is not saying the exact same thing that they're saying. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Let me know in the comment section. Are you playing Avowed? Do you like Avowed? Do you think Avowed is successful? All right, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the live chat if you think Avowed is successful or do you think it underperformed. Okay, again, the only two things out of this article I saw was that the game, more people, like it sold well, okay, and that they probably will be making DLC because it's above their expectations. It sold exactly what they thought it was going to sell. Again, these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.